Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's time for some Saturday morning React tunes, this time featuring Star Trek The Animated Series Season 2, Episode 2, BEM. Grab your sugary cereal, grab a cup of something warm, put your feet up. You have my permission. It's time to sit back and watch some cartoons. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to watch some cartoons. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time for Star Trek, the Animated Series, Season 2, Episode 2, BEM. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction, and away we go. Jim's going to tell us about the animated Final Frontier. Just an update for the channel. I will be getting into Star Trek Continues very, very shortly, followed by the original series movies, and then probably overlapping into that into the next generation and starting that adventure. So, friends, if you want to continue with me over there, that would be great. More Star Trek is always a good thing. So, but let's see what they have for us in this episode of the animated series. The last couple have been very good. Oh, David, look at you.
Traveling with us as an independent observer is a member of a recently contacted alien species, Honorary Commander Are Ben Bem. We have taken up orbit around Delta Theta 3.
I love that design, and that planet looks badass.
A previous scouting mission has reported possible aboriginal life forms here, and the Enterprise is to investigate and report.
I love this already.
So I want all of us to avoid any unnecessary risks. But these monitoring devices have to be planted. Now, if there's any trouble of any kind, beam up immediately. Don't try to be a hero.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir. Cowardice.
Oh, Kirk, Captain, settings are almost complete.
I love that design.
You were assigned to this ship as an independent observer, yet you have spent the past 6 missions in your quarters. You haven't done any observing at all. Until now.
Every planet is dangerous to the ignorant. This one has decided that the Nexus is now.
This mission is not for casual observers. It could be hazardous.
Am prepared.
Okay.
I'm sure you understand the diplomatic consequences if anything were to happen to you while you are under my protection.
Understanding it is, Captain, but this one remains adamant.
It's a cool setup.
All right, let's go. There's a planet waiting for us.
So Jim stated his reservations for all of this, so this is a great setup. This is a really good setup.
You said controls, Mr. Scotty.
Everything appears to be all right, sir. Coordinates are locked on the landing site.
What do you have going on, Bem? Because obviously we're not going to the same place that we're supposed to.
Assistance is offered.
We're all right.
What? Wait. What?
In the future, Commander Bem, you will leave the operation of the transporter to Mr. Scott or one of the regular transporter crew.
Handlebar Kyle could have handled this.
Lieutenant Arex has been tracking a non-network sensory stasis. It's hardly more than a flicker, and it's several thousand kilometers west of your position. It resembles a sensor field, but without a scanning grid or other point of reference.
Is it moving?
Brownian movement only, Captain. No discernible direction.
Is Bem's race two different distinct creatures kind of merged into one? That's what I was getting from that waste split.
Perhaps something intelligent.
It might be just an atmospheric effect, some kind of electrical storm. We've seen unidentified planetary phenomena before.
Is this Bem's people? No.
The rainforest is especially thick in this district. Life on this planet appears to be geologically younger than one would expect, given the age of this star.
This one is picking up readings of a large group of life forms directly ahead.
All right.
Is this the native populace?
Bem, come back! Scotty, Sulu, stay here with the monitoring devices. Come on, Spock.
How about Enterprise beam Bem back up to the ship ASAFP?
He won't get far in there.
What do you guys know that he can split in half? Never mind. He comes completely apart.
That Pandronian's actions just don't make sense.
They might to another Pandronian, Captain.
Pandronian.
It appears to be a native food gathering party.
Yes, and the food they have gathered is Bem.
Yes.
The sensory anomaly appears to be expanding.
Contact the landing party.
Yeah, Bem's people are probably doing something.
Commander Bem ran off for some reason. They're in the forest.
The captain is not answering his communication.
Beam everybody back up.
The scanning grid. It's as if its responder has been disconnected.
They replaced it, yeah.
Lieutenant Arik, start a sensor scan for Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. Landing party, prepare to beam up.
Lieutenant Uhura, we could track the captain down.
I'm sorry, Mr. Scott, that's not procedure. We can't take chances. But we have to follow his orders. Stand by to beam up.
Standing by.
This is why you put Uhura in charge.
Kirk to Enterprise. This isn't my communicator.
These are not Enterprise communicators, Captain. They are fakes. Our phasers don't work either.
Our phasers and communicators have been switched for phonies.
I like the sound.
Something funny is going on.
An alternate course of action would appear to be advisable.
So what's standard operating procedure here?
We have to rescue him. We're going to have to follow them.
One of us could go back to contact Mr. Scott.
We
Yeah.
can't risk it.
Yeah.
We may never be able to find them again.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense because we have no way to, like scan for him or anything.
Commander Bem seems to be a model prisoner. We'll have to wait until nightfall.
Well, if they're watching, they'll see him break apart.
Captain?
Shut up.
Shut
We're
up!
rescuing you.
Shut up!
With observations.
This is how you observe. By being captured.
As logical a way as any, Spock, Commander.
Yeah, but you reveal yourself to them. This is obviously a first contact type of situation. Prime directive.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh? Yeah.
How come we always end up like this?
I assume that's rhetorical.
That's so good.
Why don't you try your, Vulcan nerve pinch?
Captain, I am only a Vulcan. There are limits.
Commander Bem, I'm afraid that we're not going to be able to rescue you.
Good intentions, Kirk Captain, are not enough. Planet Pandro will be much displeased.
Commander Bem, you are responsible for the situation we are in.
Yeah, it's your fault, buddy.
You replaced our phasers and communicators with phonies.
You place too much dependence, Kirk Captain, on phasers and communicators.
What is your approach here, dude?
If you had those two phasers and those communicators all this time, why didn't you use them to escape?
Sir, this one does not demean oneself by the use of casual violence to accomplish goals.
Passive aggressiveness is thick.
I want those phasers and communicators now.
Compliance with orders is. This one must disassemble.
Fascinating. Commander Bem is a colony creature.
Commander Bem, if you could split yourself into separate parts, why didn't you escape on your own earlier?
Because he's observing, I guess?
And deny you the opportunity to prove your value to Planet Pandro by rescuing this one.
This is not a laboratory, Commander Bem. This is a hostile planet, and representatives of Starfleet are not experimental animals for you to test. Consider yourself under arrest.
Oh! That's what I love about Jim. F diplomacy.
That sensory anomaly. It's expanded to cover the whole northern continent.
What's that?
We can't get any readings at all now.
Scotty is having a problem hearing in this episode. Huh?
I doubt we'll be able to do so without being seen, Captain.
I concur, Mr. Spock. Set phasers to stun, just in case.
Let's stun the shit out of him.
No, do not use your weapons.
I'm paralyzed.
We're held in stasis, Captain.
Put away your weapons.
Are frozen.
I am Captain James Tiberius Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. This is my first officer, Mr. Spock.
Use the full middle name.
We must classify this planet. We have to test it.
Classify? What gives you the right to intrude here?
Really nothing.
My children are not for your tests. Your weapons will be nullified.
Wow.
There are times, Mr. Spock, when I think I should have been a librarian.
The job of librarian would be no less challenging, Captain, but it would undoubtedly be a lot less dangerous.
Bem, what's your play here, bud?
But the sensory anomaly has interfered with our detection devices so that positive identification remains impossible.
Then beam him up anyway.
Well, that convinces me. Ready a security squad. We're going down there. Issue phaser rifles.
We're going in guns a-blazing.
One judges you not an intelligent commander.
Commander BEM, Mr. Spock and I are here because we thought that you were worth rescuing.
We were wrong.
Planet Pandro is unconcerned as to fate of this one. Pandro will not have dealings with inefficient and inferior species.
Okay.
You have not rescued this one, and you have not been able to handle local aborigines.
We weren't supposed to handle them. This is an observational type of mission.
This one wishes you, what is the Earth word? Luck. You
All right.
will require it.
You will too if we get out of here. Hope you have a ride home, bud.
Perhaps an offering of some sort, Captain.
Mr. Spock, whatever we are dealing with, I don't think we can bribe it. We must be...
Knowledge.
If we connect our two communicators in series, we can give off a high-energy burst, which might work. But it will also render the communicators powerless in a very short time.
Do it.
Okay. That didn't take long.
I am here.
We apologize for intruding. We did not realize the situation. We will leave. We will tell others of our kind not to bother you here. There is a third member of our group.
I detect no third intelligence.
He has fled.
You must go.
Yeah, leave him.
I will allow you to contact your ship. Go now.
No problem.
We're not leaving without BEM. He is our responsibility. We can't leave him here.
You leave him.
Security squad with heavy-duty
Dude.
tricorders set for Pandronian scanning.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So you straight up lied to this intelligence.
Spread out. Find Commander BEM. He's split into 3 individual parts.
Beg pardon, sir.
Beg pardon?
Let's get out of here before we make any more trouble.
Embarrassment results. This one is shamed.
Okay, yeah.
And you have forced us to interfere with the natives of a planet that deserves prime directive protection.
Yeah.
Not on my ship, you don't.
Let's go up to the Enterprise where we're going to throw you in the brig.
Here?
Yeah, we're leaving.
You are still interfering? I am angered.
We could not leave him here where he might further interfere with your children.
Yes. You have some wisdom, James Tiberius Kirk.
This entity is at very least logical, yeah.
This one must disassemble unity.
What?
This one has tried to judge Kirk and Spock and been found wanting himself. This one has acted badly.
You're an asshole, yes, but you don't have to kill yourself.
Punishment is necessary only where learning cannot occur without it. You are behind that. That is why you must leave, so as not to corrupt their development with concepts that they are not yet ready for.
Right.
I am humbled.
You're something, bud.
Mr. Spock, classify this planet as being strictly quarantined. Under no circumstances may any Federation vessel approach.
Pandro will respect that also.
We don't give a shit.
A highly advanced alien entity using this particular system as a laboratory for guiding another race to intelligence. Almost a god.
Or a parent, yeah.
In this one's case, Kirk Captain, this one is still an eggling.
You're something, buddy. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Star Trek, the Animated Series, Season 2, Episode 2, BEM. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished BEM, the second episode of the second and final season of Star Trek the Animated Series. This one was aggravating because of BEM's kind of actions and attitudes, but at the same time, it was a good episode. It was something that I could easily see being a part. It was a believable part of the Star Trek kind of continuum, the Star Trek story, because you experience this new race. You just found somebody that just kind of got folded into your, sphere of influence, or whatever you want to call the Pandrones or Pandronians. Moved in. You had Bem come in as an observer. That makes total sense to me. He hides himself until the time when they had this kind of more dangerous excursion, or not necessarily, yeah, it was definitely dangerous, but it was nuanced. They had to stay out of sight. They had to put these things, monitoring stations down. Definitely one of those things that we've seen before in some of the movies and hinted at in like Lower Decks and things like that, where we have this pre-warp society, somebody that's definitely under the veil and protection of the Prime Directive, that you want to monitor and see how they progress. You want to monitor them and see how they, I'm assuming that's what they were doing, whether it be like environmental or you're actually looking at like the native populace. I get it. I understand what they were doing with all that. The idea that Bem would be sent to challenge who they felt was the strongest of the Federation's captains and Kirk, to see how they responded to a rescue op or something like that. I understand a race wanting to do that. It's like, well, do they even deserve to be, friends of ours? And setting up this scenario that Kirk and Spock have to jump, these hoops they have to jump through, the Enterprise has to jump through to basically prove themselves to this new race. At the same time, boy, oh boy, I'm not sure if the ramifications of such an action were thought about by the Pandronians, because as soon as you do something like that and you put literally an entire starship, its captain, its science officer, any crew on the surface at risk, the mission at risk, revealing yourselves to a pre-warp society, all these different kind of like mission parameters all failed. We were observed. We didn't complete our mission as far as I know. We didn't put anything down. The planet is now off limits, and we were revealed. With all of that being said, if I was the Federation, I would strongly question the association that we had with the Pandronians, because if this is the attitudes that you could expect from them, like this kind of like not nebulous but almost nefarious need to prove loyalty to somebody you just met, I understand it completely. But at the same time, because I think it's an interesting kind of quirk to that race, that was indeed like the ruling body came forward and said, "Hey, this is Bem. This is your mission to figure this stuff out." That is a really interesting approach, because to me, it seems alien enough to work inside Star Trek. And that's what I always look for. It's not necessarily something that is reflective of humanity or the Vulcans or any other member of the Federation upon which we become accustomed. When these new sort of attitudes and approaches are brought in, you're dealing with a completely different culture. You don't know what this culture respects, what it reviles, what it sees as success, what it sees as failures. And so learning a little bit about them through this excursion is interesting, because it reveals a possibility for compatibility. But at the surface as it stands right now, if this is the overall generalized approach and not just Bem's half-assed way of screwing things up, it's something to question as far as, can we work with this group who has a decidedly different approach on, measuring relationship parameters, measuring relationship beats. How do we get into all of this? How do we get out of all of this? What do we get from this? All of these things have a different set of standards on the other side of the coin. Interesting stuff. And I thought it was executed very well. The thing that kind of blew my mind was the colony aspect of the creature. I thought that was neat. And now that I think about that, didn't we have somebody in Lower Decks? I'm pretty sure we did. Somebody in Lower Decks that was maybe like a documentarian or like a press secretary that was that same race. I believe we did. They were also an asshole, if I'm remembering them correctly. But no, I know who it was. It was that person that was sent, I'm pretty sure by Starfleet, maybe not by the Federation, that had to give them like the psychological tests, had to put them through the different tests. And Boimler was in the one that he had to escape from the Borg, I think it was. But anyway, I think that's the person that appeared in Lower Decks. And like I said, they were a bit of a jerk as well. It was a cool episode in that, we had a really interesting premise, a really kind of realistic premise, not something very special. We weren't witnessing like a once in a million year like phenomenon in the galaxy. This was a normal mission that went south. And I think that type of stuff works so well with Star Trek. It folds right into like the exploration and discovery that I like a lot. This is an understandable faux pas in the mission that the Kirk and crew really didn't have any say in. It was something that was brought upon them, but it was brought upon them in a way as to further develop a relationship, a newly formed relationship. Definitely something I could see easily working into the live action original series. So many of these would have fit into the live action original series, and that's why I'm convinced that the majority of these had to have been scripts that were ready for season 4 and potentially a 5, because they're too developed, they're too put together. And I think that this one was another example in a long list of examples of things that could have benefited from a longer runtime and a little of the live action. Even though I love the animated series, I think the animated series is best because it gives you the taste of what this adventure could have been and leaves you wanting more. I mean, that's a good thing too, right? But I believe that's all of our time aboard the animated Starship Enterprise. So friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for a little Saturday morning React Tunes. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now. And now, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye from Star Trek, the animated series. It's always bittersweet to say goodbye to Star Trek, but it is our time to move on as we leave this adventure, just like Jim and the crew did. So as a result of this episode, our reward as being the Greek chorus is to go back into the episode and say goodbye from a scene. And so, friends, I picked this one pretty early on as we were watching. We are beaming down to the planet for a very covert, a mission of subterfuge as we work among the native populace and set up our recording devices and our observational tools. And as we beam down, we realize one thing pretty quick. There's nothing below us except air and ocean. Friends, until such time as we can watch another episode and dry out, Vulcan roll, and I'll see ya.